Hello, everybody. It's Laura Victoria Ward here. Happy to see you all. I am in my Zoom room with other humans. Yay! So we are doing a somatic mat class. Oops, I have to spotlight myself. And then feel free, people in the room, to go back to gallery view. I don't know, unless you just want to look at me. I personally love to see the gallery thing and feel like I am in the room with other humans. All right, so we're going to start with the breathing. And then we'll get into the lymph stuff. So inhale, open, reach out and up, and exhale, bend your knees. If we were doing yoga class, and if this was like, we were starting with our sun salutation, it would start kind of like this, right? We'd have this movement. There would be more, but basically this lifting, opening our chest, opening our solar plexus. And in the sun salutation is the idea of honoring the sun, saluting the sun. And it's morning right now, and the sun is coming in my windows. I've actually had to close the shades a bunch because it's so bright. So thinking of saluting the sun, bringing in that sun energy into your body as you inhale, open, radiating outward with the arms, reaching out and up, like you're creating this big sun circle around your body. And as I'm here, I can actually feel the warmth of the sun on my body, which feels really good. Like it is part of what keeps us alive. So just having a moment of gratitude for the sun, saluting the sun, and breathing. Okay, enough of that. Thank you, sun. Let's come into the lymph stuff. So again, this is this Dr. Perry Nicholson stuff that I've been doing. And I've been doing more and more of that. I've also been studying a bunch of viscera stuff with him and also with Gil Headley, who's an anatomist. Or a dissector, anatomist dissector. So we're going to start with our right hand crossing over to the left. We're going to do little circles or big circles around that inside your, just above your clavicle, your collarbone. And I'm going to just turn my head a little bit as I'm doing that, because to me, then that gets in deeper. And for the first time in a long time, my traps and neck and clavicle are not bruised because I haven't been to pull for a week. Other side, same thing. Yeah. You may want to make some sound. When we do sound, or I'm talking a lot of the time, so there's a lot of sound coming out of my mouth, but we're vibrating the tissue inside our body. And that has an effect on our tissues, especially as we move them. All right, let's let that go. Shake it out, going behind the angle of your jaw. Next place, I'm going both hands at the same time, little circles. And I'm kind of going up toward my ear and then down and under. Just lymph flush, getting the nodes, the big sort of areas, the nexus plexus areas to open up. And it's all working on a pressure system. So when we clear out the pressure here, then the lymph can come back to come through. So that's why we want to start here always, starting around the neck and throat. Going to left hand to right pec and armpit. And so as I'm doing this, I'm feeling a lot of neck and jaw stuff that wants to release. So I'm kind of opening my mouth and yawning a little bit. And I'm also moving this arm just to make sure I'm getting in there. And there's some relationship in this upper quadrant of my body. And then switch it to the other side, same thing. Tuning into breath. And as I was like having that gratitude moment for the air, we can also have for the sun. Now I can have a gratitude moment for the air. We're all breathing the same air, right? It's coming in my nose and maybe, or out of my nose and going to someone else. And into so here's xiphoid process, belly button, in between, getting into that center area. And here is the big guy himself. He's funny. He's a chatter. He likes to talk. So when he comes in, he makes a little noise, or if you touch him, he makes a little noise. And then we're going to go to inside the groin. So here are my ASIS, the front bones of my of my hips and my pubic bone. I'm going above the inguinal fold, above the femoral fold into the groin. It's funny because I don't really consider this groin. I always considered more down here groin, but whatever. People have different ways of calling things, and sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong. And then behind our knees. So same thing. And I'm going to kind of bend and straighten my knees as I'm doing that, because for me, moving from the inside as well as moving from the outside is always more. So if you want to make it a little calmer, don't bend and straighten your knees. And then relax, shake that all out, and you're going to bounce and shake, jump around, get some twisting, enliven your kinesphere, check out the space around you. So let your eyes come into this. So as you're bouncing and jumping, kind of checking it all out. And if you're looking up and out, you can get into the sort of more expansive, open wonder, opening up. When in your day-to-day, try to look up, especially if you live in New York City. Like most of you are all, actually, all of you, except for Kat maybe. Yeah, you're in New York City. No, you're at your mom's. Yeah, look up, see the architecture, see the sky, get the open your chest, lungs, and heart, get into that up space. All right, cross-legged position, side stretch, side to side. Oh, yeah, we were in the cemetery up here yesterday, and it's a really beautiful cemetery. One of the architects, or the landscape architects, Calvert Vaux, who worked with Olmsted on Central Park and Prospect Park, was involved in the architecture of the cemetery up here. Circle around. So there's a lot of like the natural rock formations and a big variety of trees. It's very beautiful. It's not just like a plot of land with things scaled out. Like there's dynamic to it. It's got shape and roundedness and hills and curves. It's really beautiful. But we were there just sort of at dusk, which was gorgeous. And seeing all the trees, most of them with their leaves off, against, sort of naked against the sky. Why am I even saying this? There was something about the naked trees against the sky, like that reflection. So let me just relate it to us. Here we are, our butts are planted on the ground. Here are our branches moving around, just getting that same idea, like nature and humans, very much the same thing. Change it to the other side. So that can be out my appreciation moment for Earth. Yeah, it's a beautiful place, but it was the looking up. That's what it was. Looking up, seeing these trees and seeing like the trees against the like very deep blue sky, or where the sun was going down also. It's just stunningly beautiful. All right, change legs if you haven't changed legs. We're gonna circle a little slower. So take it to the side and hang out there. Feel the sit bone of your same arm side connecting to the floor. So you're making the C curve, curving around. Take it down to face your knee. Surrender and melt, let go. Breathe into your body. Big, deep breathing all the way down into your pelvis. So you're moving your organs. Then take it into center. Soften, drop, and release. And then over to the other knee, melting and letting go. And I'm spiraling my shoulders towards my knee. Big breathing, so you're getting some push down into the organs. Really breathe down towards your pelvis. And then side stretch. And again, feel your hip and making a curved shape. So I can just stretch side like this, or I can think of really making the C curve of that whole shape. And it's a very different experience. And then inhale, lift it up. And we're going to go back just a little bit faster, sideways. So we're flowing through it towards your knee, but not as fast as we were before. into center, over to the other knee, side stretch, and inhale, blossoming open on the top. Let's do some circles. Again, this is, actually, let's take our hands and place them on your lower, so your rib cage ends here. I can feel half of my hand is on the ribs, the other half is under. So in the under part, I'm going to be on my liver, spleen, maybe my stomach a little bit, and just circle around with your hands there and feel what's going on. You're not trying to engage every muscle and squish. In fact, try to just relax your muscles. You can take them down to your belly, to your guts. Think of moving the bones, the big structures of your head, rib cage, and pelvis without having to like muscle through. Change direction. You can take your hands off and put them on your knees just to give you an idea, a sense of those organs. We want the organs to have mostly like sort of free lubricated surfaces so that they can move against each other. They're not all packed in and stuck together. And then taking your legs out in front of you. Let's do, actually, let's open your knees wide. You're going to internally rotate the legs, scoop the belly in, drop the head, and then sit up tall, externally rotate. You could do this sitting up on a block and it might be easier. So if you feel kind of like, ugh, try sitting up, elevating your pelvis. Exhale, hollow and curl. Inhale, open it up. So thinking into the fluids. So fluids in the body, our relationship to water. Grateful for the fluids that are moving around, keeping us hydrated. So we're really lucky up here. There's a spring where we get our water from. I mean, there's the municipal system also, and we get a lot of that water, but most of the water that at least Anthony and I drink is from that spring. And I have to say, it tastes so much better than the municipal water. But I also want to say that the municipal water here tastes so much better than the municipal water in most other places. It's an interesting thing. And come into center, but we don't think about the life and life energy of our water very often. And like water that's been filtered through the ground, I mean, obviously in the whole world, our whole water systems are getting a lot of extra stuff in them, namely pharmaceuticals, but and other weird shit. But having water that's filtered natural water from the earth, not water that's sitting in a plastic bottle for hours or for years, but water that's come pretty freshly out of the earth, ideally has better qualities than water that's coming through a very chemical system. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, spiraling and opening, serving the big sandwich to everybody. Exhale, back of the hands towards each other. Inhale, open it up. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, internally rotate if you're up for the whole thing. Inhale, serve the sandwich. Exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. So movement hydrates tissue, which means not like, it means that as you're moving and we're sort of like wringing out parts of our body and breathing, and there's all of this internal stuff that is drawing the fluids through your system. And then come in, hands behind you, feet parallel. Inhale, press it up, and exhale, fold. Inhale up. If you want to take this all the way back, go for it. Use your breath. So that's another thing. Deep diaphragmatic breathing is going to help stimulate your lymphatic fluid, which we already did that flush. So we want that to really move through us. Detoxing. Now I'm going to change this. You're going to take it down, get your butt on the floor and reach out, but don't take it down. Just curl your spine. So you're rounding your spine. Hands drop, feet down. Inhale up, exhale back, as if you're pushing yourself along the floor. Hands down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curve. Scoop the belly in around the spine. Inhale, up. So we're not actually trying to stretch our hamstrings so much as curve our whole back. Shoulders easy. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. Now you can go ahead and take it forward. Forward fold. Walk your butt from side to side. Breathe. And then come up. Take it down onto your back. And knee drop from side to side. Let those knee drops massage through your lower back. Spreading the fascia that's coming down your back into your sacrum or into that sacroiliac area. And then also it's going down your IT band. And let's take that a little deeper, letting your foot cross over. For me, this really stretches out the space between my shoulder blades, so my rhomboids, and I can feel my big wingspan. Oh, the cat got terrified because the doorbell rang. Gaylord, Gaylord. He's looking around like, what the hell is that? It happens so rarely. All right, let's roll it onto one side, open through the center, onto the other side. Take as long as you want to spread yourself across and then fold it in. So you're unfolding, opening, rolling, and folding it back in. Open and close. Open, close. Try to relax your head into the floor. And then come back into center. And let's do a little bit more upper versus lower. Let's just do some regular old, well, my version of hundreds. So we'll do it with legs together, no block. Touch your toes to the floor, deep breath in on the exhale, pulsing up, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, touch it down. Exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale up, 2, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to do something exciting, you can flex and point while you come up there. Up, flex your feet, point your toes, touch it down. Up, flex your feet, point your toes, touch it down. 2 more. Up, take your hands behind your head if you need to, point and down. Last one, up, flex, point and down, and relax. Turn your head from side to side, soften your spine. So think of, I'm not just turning my head, I'm also letting my tail kind of wag. So this becomes a whole sort of fluid spinal movement. Letting my rib cage, lungs, pelvis, head, everything just come into relationship and soften. So think of softening deeply the inner body. Yeah, we want to go to an extremely soft neutral so that when we engage, there's a change. It's not like we're just holding all the time. When we hold and hold and hold, we actually don't ever build strength, and we're kind of in a stuck pattern. So think of really softening, releasing, becoming easy. Let's do a couple of theta breaths with that, which is the soft S hiss sound. Just exhale for as long as feels comfortable, and then inhale and do it maybe 2 or 3 times. Take resting breaths whenever you need it. If you feel like that it's not working for you, then just breathe normally. Inviting ripples and waves through your torso. So when I'm moving like this, I'm not thinking my muscles doing all the work or sort of consciously making stuff happen. I'm thinking more about letting the fluids in my body take over and ripple and wave and become much more sort of sea creature-like. And indeed, a lot of our organs kind of have these capacities for squishing and rippling and waving, peristalsis, like it's like this wave pattern that's happening inside, or even digestion. So all of that, as it's moving food through our system, is doing all this sort of stuff. So we want to even just free up our holding in our muscles so that becomes really easy. So just allowing your body to mobilize. And it might take a little while to find that kind of freedom. All right, so let's move to something else. You're just going to rock. Dig your heels into the floor, send a wave up and down through your body. So your feet are kind of doing the work. They don't have to do much work, just a push, again, with this idea of rippling and waving. If I exaggerate it, I can get a lot more going on. Shake it out, let it go. Let's shake the arms and legs. Again, that's stimulating that lymph. And do the lips thing. And let's go with feet on the floor. I'm got my feet fairly wide, just almost at the edges of my mat. Well, maybe shoulder distance apart. Pelvis up. If it feels okay to interlace behind your back, go for it. If that doesn't feel good, don't do it. You're going to inhale, knees open wide, and exhale, knees touch together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Use your breath. Inhale, pushing the floor away. Exhale. Back of the body working, front of the body opening up. And we're freeing up the IT band, the band. Well, we don't want to say freeing it up because we want it to be very strong, but we want the layers to have some freedom. So that big, bandy, strong fascial layer that we all know and feel easily is there. But underneath that, and kind of cross-hatched to it, is another band of connective tissue, another band of fascia that is moving in the like in a perpendicular way, sort of to that. So we want them to both have some freedom. Come into center. Do we want to leave your hands? You might walk your heels in a little closer. Inhale, tiptoes, and exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Up and down, up. Stay 10 pulses, pushing 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, butt. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release your hands, open the whole thing. Soften down slowly, vertebra by vertebra, into the mat. Feel what's going on with the front of your body. Give it a shake and release. Let it go. Jiggle, 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 and then happy baby. And of course, if the happy baby, all of you are really flexible in my room, but if you are not quite so flexible, you can always do the happy baby just grabbing onto your knees. Breathing into it. Play in the baby. Baby-like. So think of happy baby as a state, not a position, like a free flow, soft body, very fluid, hydrated body state. So I've heard that babies, when they're born, are like 90% water. And as we age, we become more dense and less hydrated. So, and I think it's Liz Koch that says, but maybe other continuum people also say, we don't have to, we're going to age. We can't help that, but we can stay hydrated. So it's through movement, it's through fluidity that we can do that. All right. Let's do big leg circles. Hands down by your sides. They could be small leg circles, whatever feels good to you. Circling, big, small, whatever you like. I'm going to point up and then flex as I go out and down. And I also like to put my head down as my legs come up and then lift it off as the legs go down. So it's kind of counterbalancing the weight. And then let that go. You can open up, bend one knee, bend the other. If you don't need to stretch your inner thighs as much as I do, because I'm about to go to pole class, which most people probably aren't going to pole class, you may want to just bring your legs together. But if it feels good to stay in that open position, go for it. Listen into your body. You can move. So if I lower down, it changes the stretch. If I bring it up more, I get more of a stretch in my lower back. And then we're going to do the internal rotation. So feet are open wide. I'm going to angle a little bit so TV land can see. Feet wide, pigeon-toed and knock-kneed. Just turn, actually doesn't, pigeon-toed doesn't matter. Internally rotating one leg at a time. So these internal rotations, these particular ones, are a good antidote to just being parallel or to being externally rotated a lot. This is a great way to get the tissue to have more movement capacity, more flexibility. I believe that is also known as more agility. And you could do this, like if you just need to massage out the butt that you're rolling across, go a little faster, give that some time to roll across. Or you can go slower and have more internal rotation, more twist. I can play with internally rotating this leg more, or I can reach it down more. So I can either spiral in or lengthen out. And it's hard to do those both at the same time. I can lengthen or I can spiral. Lengthen, spiral. You can play around with that. Try it on the other side, same thing. I can really internally rotate the leg, spiraling in, or I can lengthen it down. When I do the lengthening down, I'm getting more of a stretch through the quad. When I do the internal rotation, I'm getting more of a release through the rotators and getting all that tissue to start to have that more three-dimensionality, which is, and when I talk about the tissue, I mean the fascia predominantly, but the fascia is rooting through, holding us all together. So even the fascia is holding the structure of our muscles. So release it, let it go, and shake it out. Let it go. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And let's roll back and forth, rounding through your spine, rolling forward, backward. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Or listen into your own body, because actually for me, it does not feel very good, but we kind of have to do it anyway. Last one. And coming up, let's flip over. Coming onto hands and knees. Just relocate my mat and my carpet. Let's start with a cat-cow. So curling the toes under, arch, bend your elbows slightly, stick out your butt, open the chest and lungs, and then push, round, scoop in. Toes curl under, arch, and open. Push, hollow, and round. Arch, open, stick it out, reach with your butt. Chest open, and then push, scoop, and round. So think of the energy in your body radiating away, head and tail reaching away from each other, actively reaching, and then scooping up, doming in. Last one, arch. I'm just going to shut this other curtain. And let's take it into the opposite arm to leg. We're going to go on the straight out, take the leg and arm to the diagonal, bring it back in, and lower down. Arm and leg out, take it to the diagonal, bring it in and down, up, diagonal, into center, down, up, diagonal, into center. So two parallel lines relating to your midline as you come back in. Up, out, in, down, up, out, in, down, up, out, in, down, up, out, in, down. Let's change it. Let's go out, elbow to knee, out and in. You can add a cat-cow to this. Arch, curl, arch, down or not. Not using the cat-cow is a little easier actually than doing the cat-cow, but it's up to you. Arch and curl or not. When I do the cat-cow with it, I use more breath support. Woo! Last one. And relax. Come down. Figure 8 the hands. And as I'm figure 8ing, you can see my elbows are moving. And I also can start to really feel this into my rib cage and lungs. So I can curl and open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and shake it out. Yeah, so one of the, like, we are organic biomorphic people. Like, we're not machines. Like, sometimes people call the arms or the legs lever, like it's a long lever. It's not a lever. This thing can do so many things that a lever can't do, right? We can dance, we can do the dying swan, right? We can do flamenco. And there's all this spiraling capacity, all these timing changes. We can feel, I can feel temperature, I can feel pressure, I can feel all this stuff, right? So when we come to a mechanistic viewpoint of the body, it's very reductionist. It's a very sort of small way of thinking into our bodies. And the more we can, it's not that that map sucks entirely. There are some helpful things about it, but we want to expand our map to also be like this biomorphic, like sea creature. We evolved from the sea, I believe, to live on land. But yeah, so maybe we didn't. Anthony's pretty sure that we, some kind of alien came down and something, I don't know. Anyway, who knows? Who really knows? Let's take us onto our elbow and side plank it. Press it up, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it to the other side. My mom once said to me, my parents were divorced, and my mom said to me, "Do you know that your dad believed in aliens?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think that's such a foolish thing." Pulse it up. I don't think that an alien is going to look at anything like a human. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Like, I mean, it could just be like a gaseous cloud of some kind of living something, you know, like, or something that we can't perceive with our limited, like, perceptions. Think about dogs, like what they can hear compared to, or smell, like their sense of smell, like they're smelling all sorts of stuff. And to us, like, it doesn't exist in our reality until we study it in some other way. So I feel like it's naive to think there aren't a million other things going on that we have no idea about. But then, just to add to this story of my mom and the aliens, she read something in the New Yorker that was talking about aliens and the possibility of aliens that suddenly brought it much more into possibility for her. I was like, oh, well, that's great. Mind expansion can happen anytime. Or side stretch. And then inhale up, exhale. Inhale. I am not arguing for or against the actuality. I'm arguing for the possibility. Good, and let's turn and face the leg and take it down. If you feel tight here, bring your legs a little closer together and bend your knees. If you're more open, just go for it. Take it down there, breathe into it. And then push the floor away and take it over to the other side. Trying to keep your sit bones of the opposite leg connected to the ground. So it's not rolling up and off, but it's staying down as we stretch out and away from that. Again, this is getting into our organs, not just our skeletal muscular structure. Musculoskeletal, skeletal muscular. I think it's musculoskeletal. Take it forward and down. And you can shift a little bit from side to side. So this could also be pushing from the back and lifting up. So creating more space, either that, or if you are easily down, take it down and move around. Breathe into it. Sheila, my mom, is going down to the city today to see in the Jewish Museum, the Hair with Amber Eyes. Anyone read that book? No? Oh, anyway, it's there. They have the collection of some of the art that is from that book. Bring it in and shake it out, let it go. Rotate in and out. Bounce it out. I'm just gonna take my socks off to do downward dog. So if your wrists or shoulders are hurting, come onto forearms and knees and just do leg lifts. So if this is the option. Or you're here in your dog, and we're going to take one leg up and knee into the chest. Going one. Inhale up, exhale, cross it under to the opposite elbow. Inhale up, knee to outer shoulder. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, knee to center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cross it under. Inhale, reach. Exhale, outer shoulder. Third set. Inhale up. Haven't done this in a long time. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, cross it under. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, outer shoulder. Take your foot, put it down on the ground. Open your chest, open your heart, spiraling across your body. Breathe. Radiate outward. Open, open, open. Then you're going to take your hand back down to the ground. Drop the back knee, bend the back knee. You might need more padding under there. Draw your knee in. You're going to inhale, reach that leg back, open up, and then exhale, heel towards your butt, down towards the floor. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, down and curl. Inhale, push the leg back, open. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, open, and exhale. My earbuds falling out. Take it back. Flex the front leg, hang out, breathe into it. You're going to turn the leg out and in. If you are more open and you want to take this further, this is your moment to do your split. And then take it back. Take the knee all the way back. We're actually going to stand up from here. So feet together, come in, roll it up through the center. We'll get to the other leg in a minute. I'm not going to fix my camera. Just shake it out. Feel what it is to be vertical again. Circle your pelvis one way. Circle the other way. And then we're going to do the other leg. So taking it down to your downward dog. It's funny, I was just thinking about my earbuds. They really are good. They stay in for almost everything, but then they started to fall out for this. Leg up to the ceiling, take it into your chest. Inhale, poke a hole through the ceiling. Exhale, cross it under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, outer shoulder. Inhale, up into center. Inhale, up, cross it under. Inhale, up, outer shoulder. Last set. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach. Cross it under. Inhale, reach, outer shoulder, put the foot down. Take your hand up, look up. So I get a good stretch through my hip on this. Glutes, rotators, breathe into it. And then take the hand down, take the back knee down, bend it, grab on, push back, arch it open, exhale, heel to butt, round forward. Inhale, arch it open, exhale. My mat is on a carpet, which also has something. So my knee is happy there. If you need more padding, get yourself padding. Exhale, inhale, open, exhale, last one. Inhale, open, exhale. Take that leg back, bring your leg in front of you, flex your foot, forward fold, rotate in and out. Hang out there. Think of lengthening your spine or take it down into your split. Breathe. And then slide it in. Let's step it up again, opening your feet wide. Just shift from side to side, let your head drop. And then come into center. We're going to take it back down, so standing all the way up, and just finish off with some hip stretches. And let's do this stretch, knee over knee. So I'm going to put one leg over the other. The other one can stay straight or fold under. We haven't done this one in a long time. And then circles inside. Yeah, I was thinking of adding a bar burn class, but it's a question of time, when to add that class. The obvious thing is to do it on Thursday, but if I could do it Thursday morning, or I could do it Thursday, like at 4:30 or something. Change direction. I know I've been talking about this forever. I've been threatening and nothing's happened. Change direction. But yeah, after I finish this, we can discuss it more. Take it forward and down. Because I need to do that stuff. And I don't feel like going to ballet class these days. I'm having a hard time with that. And then roll it up. Open your arms out, stretch towards your top leg. Breathe. Again, finding that C curve in your body. Inhale, open to the other side. Exhale down. Inhale up. Spiral towards your top leg. And then spiral towards your other leg. And then unscramble. Bang it all out. Let it go. Calves, hamstrings, maybe even body, tongue. Just feel where you're holding stuff and invite it to let go. Then switching to the other leg on top. Bottom leg straight if you need to. In a perfect world, your knees are stacked one on top of the other. If you want to get more, if you're more open, you can bring your legs more out to the side, like a little further forward. For me, I'm kind of, hips are tight. So I need to keep it kind of in circles. Thinking of the bowl of your pelvis, just mobilizing around. Reproductive organs. All the different intestines and change direction. Colons, there's like 3 ones, the transverse, the ascending, the descending, all of those things, getting them moving around. Organs, viscera, mobilizing. Sometimes when something inside is pulling, it can relate to what's going on the outside. I don't think we took it forward and down. Take it down, drop it, breathe and melt. Big breathing, whole body. Breathing into every cell. And then come up, open your arms, stretching towards the top leg. Lift and open, other side. Inhale, open, spiral towards the top leg. And then the other side. And then come in and just bang it out. Rotate in and out. Let's slide our heels underneath. You're going to take your knees towards the floor. So knees toward the floor. If your knees hurt, then just stand and stretch. But if it's okay, rock your weight forward towards your knees and then back towards your heels. Use your hands as necessary. Squatty potty. Just thought I'd throw that out there. And then take your butt up to the ceiling. Let your head hang down. Shift from side to side. Let it go. Relax your back, relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Inviting any extra tension that you can let go of to melt away, soften. And maybe shake your head, nod yes, shake your head no, let it go. Bend your knees, roll all the way up to the top. You're going to inhale, open. Again, hello, sun. Exhale. It's actually really warm in here right now. Because the sun is just cranking. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, open. Well, yeah, and last night with the full moon, we actually had a fire in our backyard. We have like this little fire pot thing. So we did that, which was fun and nice to celebrate the moon, the full moon, and burn away whatever we need to let go of. All right. Everybody in TV land, like and subscribe and show up again or come into my Zoom room, and I'm going to stop recording.